Hello and welcome. In this video, we will discover the best proven ways to turn anxiety into charisma. Charisma is a word we often use to describe people who have this powerful influence over how others feel and how they behave. They are the people with a special kind of personal magnetism which enriches their influence. Over the years, many people have been called charismatic, from historical figures such as Winston Churchill or Martin Luther King, to movie and TV stars such as George Clooney or Oprah Winfrey. These people may be very different in how they behave and what they do in their lives, but they all share the label of charismatic people. Furthermore, this trait has helped them all to achieve a high level of fame and success. Anxiety in most people is considered to be a normal state of emotion, but there are times when being anxious can turn our lives into a nightmare. This occurs when normal anxiety becomes an anxiety disorder. Here, there are a number of things that can trigger off such a reaction, although the causes of anxiety are as of yet not fully understood or defined. The variety of people who are considered charismatic makes this personality trait seem a very elusive one. Nevertheless, attempts have been made in the area of psychology to pin it down and define it accurately. One of the most valuable discoveries is that charisma is not one single trait, but a constellation of emotional and social traits or skills. A combination of a number of these traits makes a person appear charismatic. Right now, there is no consent on what this set of traits is. One recent incredible theory developed by psychologists says that charisma is composed out of skills such as emotional expressiveness, emotional control, social expressiveness, and social control. It is also closely associated with emotional intelligence. The good news is that the better this elusive trait is understood, the more one can realize that it is not necessarily a given thing, something you either have or you don't. This has been the preponderant view for many decades, and it is now losing its popularity. Charisma can be developed by identifying and developing its underlying components. In other words, you can become more charismatic. It's not an easy process, it takes time and consistency, but it can be done. Charisma is one of those things that people assume you're born with, but that's not necessarily the case. Regardless of your personality type, it's entirely possible to become more likable and develop your charisma. The key is to focus on certain traits you can practice and apply to your own personal behavior that can possibly make you seem more magnetic, trustworthy, and influential. Let's dive into some of the best proven ways to turn anxiety into charisma. But just before, make sure you subscribe to the channel and don't forget to download your free book to change your life by clicking on the link in the description below the video. Charisma means you have learned to 1. Act with credibility. Those who are inconsistent in their behavior repel people, while those who are consistent in their behavior draw people to them. To be influential, have integrity. Speak up for what you believe, then act accordingly. Jerry Spence, one of America's greatest trial lawyers, said, "One can stand as the greatest orator the world has known, possess the quickest mind, employ the cleverest psychology, and have mastered all the technical devices of argument. But if one is not credible, one might just as well preach to the pelicans." 2. Be interested. Be truly interested in the other person. Treat him or her as the most important person you'll interact with that day, a VIP, very important person. Smile at them, not just for a brief, dutiful second, but for a magical 2 or 3 seconds. When you smile, lean towards the person a little and think in your mind, "I like you, you're a great individual, I want to get to know you better." You'll be amazed at the connection and trust that will occur. 3. Extend respect. A few interaction skills that make a big difference to a respectful atmosphere in your organization include not interrupting conversations, asking if the person has time to talk, and listening to ideas. Remember not to be in such a know-it-all position or in such a hurry that you finish other people's sentences. Be sure to comment on their ideas to let them know that you really have been listening, not just waiting for them to take a breath so you can jump in with your agenda. 4. Deliver sincere compliments. People you work with do care what you think about them. They appreciate your mentioning their good work. When you recognize them, be specific in your compliments. Refrain from saying in an offhanded manner, "Oh, great work, Donna." Make it more personal. Donna, that is the best research that has come across my desk in the last 6 months. Excellent work. 5. Accept sincere compliments. If a colleague comments, "Good presentation," refrain from saying, "Oh, it was nothing." If a friend says, "Nice suit," don't reply, "This old thing, I've had it for years." Deflecting a compliment often draws unwanted attention and belittles both you and the person offering the compliment. Just say thank you. You'll be pleased with how gracious you become. 6. State what you are for, not against. People don't like, nor do they cooperate with people who they think are against them. When you are against something, the person thinks you are against them personally. Once you voice your opposition to another person's idea, you become part of the problem. It's as if a war has started with each of you fighting to be right. When you are for something, you begin focusing on the potential for negative change. You start the process of collaboration. You become a powerful person. Try it. Next time a colleague brings you an idea for improving things, find something about the idea you can be for. You may find that you never have to state what you were against in her ideas because the synergy and creativity has taken a positive turn to solving the problem. Charisma is not a single trait. It is a constellation of social and emotional skills. When a person has a certain number of these traits at a certain intensity, that person comes off as charismatic. Generally, developing your charisma takes a lot of time and effort because it means developing its composing skills. However, there are specific charisma tips that you can apply immediately to improve it. Although charismatic people are often very different, there are essential traits most of them have in common that feed their charisma. Once you understand them and you consciously start to mimic or develop them, you will expand your own charisma. Here are these key traits. Confidence. Probably every charismatic person out there is confident, and this shows. They say the things most people don't dare to say. They have high expectations, and they're willing to take risks in order to achieve them. The correlation between confidence and the power to charm others is huge. Authenticity. This is a trait that's closely related to confidence. Charismatic individuals don't bother to be fake in order to try and impress other people. They are themselves all the time. They accept the fact some will like them as they are, some will not, and they keep walking authentically. Empathy. Charismatic people are also able to understand others well, at a cognitive and emotional level. Their empathy helps them resonate with other people, and these people can tell. Thus, they feel understood at a deep level, and they build positive emotions towards a charismatic individual. Wisdom. The persons that come off as charismatic are typically the ones that you share an experience with, and they're able to give you some mind-blowing insights about that experience. They get you thinking, they get you looking at things from fresh perspectives, and they inspire you through their wisdom. Walk slowly. People who walk slowly and in a relaxed manner seem to never be in a hurry and to be very comfortable in their own skin. Their way of walking makes them appear charismatic. Walk in the same way, and you will create the same effect. Smile. Smiling is a simple and effective way to reflect a positive state and to instantly increase your charm. I'm amazed every time by the power of a simple smile. So remember to make good use of it when you're in social situations, and it will draw people to you. Don't overthink. People who think every word they say and every action they take come off as insecure and being in their heads too much. The people who are charming allow themselves to relax and react in a spontaneous manner. Thus, they are a lot more expressive. Express your emotions. Charismatic individuals are particularly good at expressing their emotions. Not only that they do so often, but they are able to use every communication channel available, both verbal and nonverbal. Apply expressing your emotions and it will benefit you greatly. Be unique. If you think about it, we are all unique. However, we often tend to repress what makes us unique in social situations and project a false self. What makes a person charismatic is the exact opposite. You want to emphasize your uniqueness. You want to be bold and stand out. The more you practice this, the more used to it you will become until it is second nature. The key traits are not easy to develop, which is probably why acquiring charisma is usually a quite challenging task. but challenges are only there to be overcome. The truth is that if you want charisma and you're willing to work in order to set a solid foundation for it, you can have it. It's not this mysterious, cryptic quality that nobody understands. Rather, it's a quality that you can grow from within. How to have charisma. Charisma is a personality trait worth having. Charismatic people are able to influence others better, to get more results, and to achieve more overall success in life than other people. While there are specific tips and tricks which can instantly boost your charisma, this is usually something which requires time, patience, and practice. Keep in mind that after all, charisma is nothing more than the combination of certain social and emotional skills. So in order to develop it, you need to develop these skills one by one. This is a demanding process, otherwise everybody would have charisma. 1. Boost your confidence. There is a huge correlation between charisma and confidence. Every person I've ever met who was charismatic had a confident way of being in social situations. Improve your confidence and you'll see your charm go up as well. In order to do this, you will need to change some of the automatic ways you think, you interpret events, and you see yourself. Gradually do so, and it will be one of the best moves you'll ever make. 2. Communicate with clarity. Charismatic people have a way with words. They are able to express their ideas and their vision in a compelling way by using just the right words. Thus, they convert people to their way. Fortunately, communication skills can be learned, and you can improve the clarity of your communication. The main thing is to focus and using better words in better ways every time you communicate verbally. 3. Stand out. Another thing charismatic people share is their ability to stand out. You quickly notice them and it's easy to remember them. What makes them stand out mostly is the fact that they express themselves. Most of us learn to hide what makes us unique. People with charm do the exact opposite. They put their unique self out there, and thus they stand out. It's essential to have the courage to be yourself. It is the fundamental path to charisma. When you learn how to be charismatic, you change your life, whether it's in your personal life or your business life. There is not one of us that does not possess the ability to learn how to be charismatic. It just boils down to determination and practice, and knowing that it won't happen overnight, but it will happen. And you won't go unnoticed in the corner and feel as though no one would miss you if you weren't there. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, comment, and especially subscribe to the channel. You're also free to receive the new book, 7 Secrets to Change Your Life Now, by clicking on the link in the description below the video.